We have to go on that learning journey, that interpersonal piece. We have to understand our story, our leadership story. How has it been shaped by our cultural identity? If we're going to make inclusion come alive, that's a question that we have to explore. So here it is. Let's start by beginning and looking at implicit or unconscious bias. So here's a few things that we have to know about implicit bias. First of all, it's a recognition that everyone has them. Even those who profess the idea that they don't, that they treat everyone equal, everything's fair, nothing's subjective. We know based upon the research from the mind science that implicit bias impacts us all. And here's the piece that many struggle with. Everyone possesses implicit bias, even with people with avowed commitments to impartiality, such as judges. And that became a reality for us in Minnesota through our 1993 Race Bias Task Force report. What it did highlight and open our eyes to that in Minnesota we had some challenges, just like every jurisdiction across the United States, that implicit bias was real. And although Lady Justice is balancing those scales of justice and she's blindfolded in real time with real lawyers, implicit bias had an impact. That 1993 report highlighted a myriad of different ways of this impact, from the initial encounter with law enforcement all the way up to a final disposition of a sentence. You see racial disparities throughout. And you may be saying, well, of course, Dr. Tyner, that's because there are different criminal activity, different severity of crime. No, we have to be crystal clear what we're referring to. We're talking about two people that are similarly situated. The only difference between the two is race. And the unfortunate piece, fast forward to today, although we've had convenings, there are core recommendations, we still face the fact that in our state, those racial disparities in nearly all of the categories are either the same or worse. It sounds like a call to leadership for me. Sounds like a call to have the opportunity to check in with ourselves and ask ourselves, how does bias impact our ability to effectively serve our clients, our ability to work together, and our ability to build the type of strategic partnerships that we need to lead change in real time?